So, good morning, students. So, today for our discussion, we're having a topic of defining new media terminology. So, in this new media terminologies, we will like to discuss about some of the media terminologies which is new in the broadcast media field. And we all know that from news media, we are moving to a new media. From news articles, we are shift to the blogs, to music and postcards. That all are delivered nowadays in a digital mode. So from a website, email to mobile phones or any interrelated uh, things, form of communication can be considered as a new media form. So here are some of the definitions. First one we discuss it. The new media does not necessarily refer to the specific mode of communication. Some of the types, such as the online newspaper, as or old media in the form of traditional printed newspaper. So one of the biggest change we have seen this new media is from old media, old newspaper. We have shift to the online newspaper. There are so many apps like Economic Times, which are very much popular nowadays, which people like to read online newspaper, whichever field they like, and it is entirely a new, such as the postcards and the smartphone apps, and even more, it is complicated to define when you are considered the technology continue to advance. So these type of new things changes every day, and new media is taking place. So from newspaper articles to blogs and postcards, all are digitally transformed now. And in any app which is internet related form of communication will be a new media. And nowadays, earning a new media degree can be an excellent way to develop a wide array of skills to work in media and technology across many industries, because a new media degree is concerned with each and every field you want to work for. For example, if you want to work for financials, for marketing field, all we need a media to explore the things, to uh, communicate between the people is only through the help of media, which is a new terminology. So any of the graduate who's having the degree of media is having a very good scope in the industry. For example, in the writing, graphic designing, and in the video production marketing as well. All are the fields where this type of media degree is very much having good scope in future. Moving to next slide. So here is the some of the examples of new media. So as we already discussed that from old newspaper to digital online newspaper, we are moving to. But one of the things which is also changed in this new media field is from radio television to we all shifted to the mobile, Android or smart devices where we can communicate our communication and news with the help of this internet. And this is the industry which is constantly changes as the technology is developed and widely adopted. It is continues to develop. And once upon a time, we have seen example of DVDs and CDs. But nowadays, we are streaming it on Netflix and Spotify, which are very popular among the youngsters nowadays. Like for student as well, you are also using the Netflix and Spotify apps nowadays to entertain yourself. So from all this old media, we are shifting to new media, and some of the examples are websites, blogs, emails, social media networks, and music and television streaming. So the era where we can only watch TV with the family, it is gone. Now we are shifted to the web series, websites, and blogging. We all watch it every day, use social media networks and music and television streaming services on these new OTT platforms, which is the new media in this industry. And I think the most important to know about this new media is it is always changing. As we think, if you want to be a professional in the news media industry, you have to be always be challenging in your field, and you have to be constantly change your trend and technology in this field, and you have to be dynamic to adapt it, because every day, if you are not going to aware about these new trends coming in that this field, then it's very difficult for any professional in the news media industry to survive for a long time. So here's the example of digital media. As we already discussed in the name, that it's the digital media which is uses the electronic devices for the distribution of the media, and commonly used from your childhood. We are using video games, videos, websites, and social media nowadays. So digital media is the part of our everyday culture as well as for business as well, because uncomfortable with replacing the old paper advertising and internet marketing services only because of digital media. Now each and every company, if they want to uh, digitalize or marketize their product in their field, so they will help the internet marketing services and the social media networks, because with the help of this they can reach more public in it at very low cost. And however, this constant shift in technology, we cannot deny that it influences our day-to-day life as well, because we are now moving to online more than offline education as well. Entertainment and interact with one of the another on daily basis is only possible with the help of digital media. And many of the business plans are also adjusted to the digital strategy nowadays. Now companies are shifting to the digital strategies of their marketing of their products as well as for the promotions of the movies. They all are very much adjusted according to the digital 3D, not the old mode of media of advertising in the paper and all. So moving to the next slide, new media and the digital media. Some of the jobs which is created with the help of new media and digital media. One of them is the content marketing, the video advertisement, email marketing, pay-per-click advertising, social media marketing, and search engine marketing. So, with the shift of this new media and digital media, some of the new jobs which are also created by this medias are content marketing, where the person is going to write about the products of the company, and it is including the company's content marketing of their products and services. The next one is the video advertising. So, any of you, we can take an example of any product. Each and every product which is nowadays streaming on any of the platform for the advertisement is only possible with the help of video advertising. Even if we take an example of films, movies as well, the video advertisement of these movies, like in the help of trailer, are shown to the people. So these are the new uh, jobs which is created with the help of this new digital media. Email marketing, we also pitch the customers by email, sending them emails, random emails which are attract the customer to open up the link, and then we can get the information from the client, and if they needed any services we can provide them. So all of this is possible with the help of new media and digital media. And the next one is the here social media marketing and search engine marketing. So each and every who wants to be popular on the social media nowadays, they has to be very good at the social media marketing and search engine marketing, because these are the two major jobs which is required by the each head of the digital marketer to influence the people to their pages or the blogs, whatever they want to influence them in which way. So it is only possible of these two, social media marketing and the search engine marketing. They have to be very good at their part. For example, if they are going to use the hashtags, so they have to be specific on the hashtag, so that whenever there is any search engine optimization on the Google, so then name should be reflected. So all this new media and digital media forms of media forms the new jobs for the new youngsters. Moving to next slide. So next terminology is the information society and new media. So as we all know, the new media transform the states of media from uh, first generation to third in a very wide range of new terminologies and new innovations in the media industry. So first of all, we take an example of the first generation to the third generation. If we're taking an example here of your grandfather and of a grandchild, the industry of media is totally changed. From the first generation of grandfather, they have only media of radio and TV, VCR, and newspaper for the media communication. But if we're talking about now at 2020, wearing a lot of things like, for example, radio, TV, internet, well, many of the things which we use for our media communication. So this is the rise of the media from the state of third generation, first generation to the third generation. And the next point there, we will find the structure of society on which the information and different of snapshot of these different media generation. And these are undergone from during the period to the change of media types. As we all know, what is the meaning of the society? where a collection of people involved each other through their relationships and their cultural resemblance. Because society is a thing which is not bounded by the geographical boundaries only. It can exist beyond the territories and the countries as well. So society is mainly comprised of three identities here. The one is the people, the second one, the process involved in the society, and the third one is the common things that society is generally made up. So the people, there are different type of people in each and every society, and the process of involved in the each society is different. For example, you are from different background, you're having different type of processes to celebrate your festivals, you're having different rituals and all. But some of the things which are common, for example, the festival of Diwali is very much common in the India. So here the society celebrate the festival in a different way, but they celebrate the common festival each year. So information society and new media helps to encourage the society to get a transparency of the media, because if we're taking example of first generation, at that time if the news reporter, any news reporter says anything wrong, also the people will also blindly trust. But nowadays each and every news which is coming over the in the society has to be given by the some of the facts which is on the transparent basis as well. So the people and the process nowadays are very much easy to understand, because things are very play a very important role with the context of people and the process. Each of the news which is coming over in the TV or in internet is coming through the different sources, and it should be an authentic source also. After, if we're taking example of, if they are aiming to give you example that this news is on some of the issues basis, it has to come up with the facts also. So moving to the next slide, that we are talking about the CMC terminology. So CMC terminology is a computer mediated communication. The acronym of CMC is computer mediated communication. And CMC is the communication that takes between the human being via the instrument of the computer. So if we're taking example here that we are connected in the online class only with the help of computer, so it is only possible of CMC. When there is a mediated computer between the two people to communicate, it is a CMC network of communication. So CMC is also an emerging area with the call domain, and it occurs when learner use the computer communication with each other to even within native speaker as well. So if anyone wants to make communication through the help of computers or mediated computer networks, that is all included the example of CMC. Our online class is also an example of this CMC, and this also includes following elements, for example, the timing, the number of applicants, and the medium. It is all recorded in the CMC, and it is common between two people when they are using it, because they have to be mediated between the computer to communicate, and the timing and the number of participants who are going to perform under this. It is all under the CMC. Moving to next slide. So what we needed for a CMC communication. So if anyone want to use CMC, computer mediated network communication, we all need a computer, a networking connection, computer with network connection, and audio conferencing as a microphone and a video conferencing. Moving to next slide. Interpersonal communication elements in CMC. So what is the elements which is of personally included in the CMC is the sender's anonymity, receivers, the channel of through which they communicate, the messages and feedback, and the context in the CMC. What is the context in the CMC? We are communicating each other. What is the sender's anonymity and receiver's anonymity, and the channel through which we are connected to, sending messages and getting feedback or messages. And what is the context we're discussing on the CMC? It is all interpersonal communication included in the CMC. Next is the synchronic applications, and the well-known synchronic applications are instant messaging, Skype, video conferencing, telephone conversation, internet really chat, and there are many more applications of that. So here is we are talking about the applications which are instantly communicate, we connected each other. For example, video conferencing, Skype, we can use Skype to communicate with each other. And it is a part of CMC as well. So we are also making a telephone conversation under this application of synchronic applications. For example, Snapchat, WeChat, we can also make a video call and audio call to each other. And all other internet live chat, which is also included in the synchronic application. Some of the examples of which are WhatsApp, Skype, Vibers, very much popular messaging apps through which we can communicate with each other. Moving to next slide. And the real video and audio communication between two people. For example, you can take an example here of online class that's to see in the picture that students are responding to the teacher for what they are going to study in that. So these is all including the synchronic applications and the schemes. The next is the asynchronous communication. So asynchronous communication means that the people are communicating at different time, and in interaction they are not real, they are also computer mediated. And like synchronic application, it can be text, audio, or in the video form. So it is like an synchronic application, but they are communicating at different time. So one of the features of synchronic applications is we can available at any time, any place, and there are variety of media we can share. And they're multi-perspective also, because some of using for the internet purpose, some of the for communication, and some of the business purpose. So we can use it on a different method. And one-to-one and one-to-many communication is possible with this. And the next one of the examples of synchronous applications are email, texting, Facebook, YouTube, and news groups is example of synchronous applications and one of the most popular applications. And this is also example of one of this is the online lecture. So thank you, students.